Hey guys, and welcome to Lex's World. Today is the second half of our coverage on the 2012 pot reform, and we'll cover the second state attempting to decriminalize recreational marijuana this year, Colorado with Amendment 64. This is a very exciting year as Colorado will be going head-to-head against Washington State in the very same week to see who can make recreational pot a reality this November. Never have two states had such strong odds of passing this kind of legislation and in the same week. First, here's the basics of Colorado's legislation, which is the more aggressive of the two acts. It legalizes possession of up to an ounce of pot and use for adults over the age of 21. It establishes a state-monitored licensing system for retail sellers, and people are allowed to grow up to 6 plants in their home. Driving while high remains illegal. So, what makes Colorado's odds interesting, and how does it compare with Washington? Well, like Washington State, it's one of the states with legal medical pot, and it passed that over a decade ago. Also, unlike Washington, Colorado has already tried to pass legal pot in 2006 with Amendment 44. That amendment lost by about 9%, as you can see here. What makes me think they're going to do better this time? Well, marijuana reform has been moving forward by leaps and bounds since 2006, getting a big boost of positive media coverage and healthy debate in 2010 when Prop 19 in California failed by about 3%. There's been no quality polls in Colorado just yet about Initiative 64, or rather Amendment 64, since it was just announced, but recent polls about marijuana in Colorado show that 49% think it should be generally legal, 40% lean towards illegal, and the rest are unsure. The folks at Gallup Politics have been doing marijuana polling for many years, and even though their polls are less than perfect, the general movement towards acceptance of marijuana in the United States is pretty hard to deny. Note the huge difference between the polls from 2006 and the polls done in 2011. One way or another, the Colorado vote is going to be a tight one. If you watched my video on Washington's Initiative 502, you must be wondering who has the best odds of passing this, since both pieces of legislation are really similar. It's really hard to make that call. They both stand a chance, and I believe this will be decided in both states by a margin of less than 5%, which means every single vote counts. But if I were a betting man, I'd put my money on Washington, simply due to the fact that Washington's proposal is a bit more conservative when you read it in detail, whereas Colorado's bill is closer to all-out legalization. Though I'd love to hear what you guys think on the odds. So for all you Colorado types who want to spread the good word, I threw a link in the description of the Colorado 64 campaign website, and I encourage you to spread awareness about Amendment 64 in your community. Remember, it's the people who haven't made up their mind that we gotta win over. I definitely encourage sharing this video and taking a look at my breakdown on Washington's Initiative 502. Well guys, that's the show. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the subscribe button up top. We're gonna see you next time, and yes on 64.